Hey, there were a couple of things from our meeting today that I wanted to review for you. I know sometimes it's a lot of information, and so if I can just make a quick summary and you can refer back to this, they can be very, very helpful. I also wanted to refer you to this page. This is our sparkhormonetherapy.com/weight loss optimization getting started with a hyphen in between all the words. This is the basically where we are telling you how to get started on the right foot. And so, but again, as far as the journaling exercise, there's three components of what we think a successful relationship with food journal should look like. The most basic fundamental of that is track everything that goes in your mouth. That's the first step. And then if we identify after doing that we ended up making a bad choice, then the second component of that is what was the trigger? And now it can either be a negative emotional trigger or it can also be a positive emotional trigger. Either way, positive emotion would be a celebration, a party, a social gathering of some kind. Negative emotional trigger, there are a lot of those associated with it, but the most common ones that I hear are stress and boredom. So if any of those meet that criteria, you'll want to journal about that too. And then what is the story that justifies that bad choice? Because if a person is trying to do a good job, they are on a diet, for example, they always have a justification or a story associated with how did they make that bad choice. So that is so helpful. And why do we want to do this? Why do we want to do the second and the third component of the relationship with food journal? Well, because all roads lead back to stories. And so if we can start to identify, recognize, and have awareness around those stories and the justifications, we can start to create a very, very clear roadmap for non-substance replacement tools. Now that leads right into talking about the 4 pillars of emotional management. How do we find things that will work for us for non-substance replacements? For example, if a person is stressed, one would maybe eat a cookie to cope with that stress. Another, with more of a functional, healthy relationship with food emotional management system, they might take the dog for a walk. So in summary, really quick, what does that look like? There are 4 buckets or 4 pillars of emotional management that we can use. The first one is physical activity. The second one is creative outlets. The third one is intimacy or sexuality. And the third is some form of spiritual practice. That can be God, spirituality, higher power. So those are some of the most fundamental components of what will set you up for success. I hope that's very helpful. And if you have any additional questions, please reach out. Thank you very much.